Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Spectrum, and I'm your host Mingjun. Today's topic is about conflict. Conflict is inevitable in life, and it can come in different forms such as verbal, non-verbal, or even physical altercations in different environments. It comes from different values, intrusive thoughts, personalities, or even unfortunately, miscommunication. You will experience it with friends and family, colleagues, even strangers, ranging from one-sided oppression and minor disagreements to full-blown breakdowns. It could even happen within yourself, debating the need to go and interact with strangers to develop a new social group, or to just go home and rest. However, despite its negative meaning, you could also view it as a way to challenge and improve yourself, perhaps realizing something new and refining your thoughts and actions. I'm going to share the thoughts and experiences I have had that you may relate to when in conflict, and the realizations that you may learn about yourself in the long run. Conflict helps you understand more about yourself, what's important to you, how far you're willing to push your personal boundaries in pursuit of desire and obsession, whether it is for yourself or for someone else. It could even be in direct or subtle confrontations. It helps you develop your judgment in deciding the trade-off between standing up for yourself in a calm manner, or even just realizing that the other party won't try to understand, hence the silence, because you're either aware or have subconsciously identified that it is not worth your time. If, as an example, your silence is perceived as weakness and is held over you like a guillotine, it is time to evaluate your situation to best guide your actions moving forward. As conflict manifests in different forms, I understand that each of you have different and potentially difficult situations you are in. This could be disagreements with close friends, it can be internal conflicts as you're trying to find yourself and make the changes best for you. It could be due to hostile environments, whether that's unfortunately within your home or the workplace. As a result, you could feel differently about it all, such as shame, anger, indifference, or just tired and done with it. On the flip side, it could be an intellectual or wisdom-based conversation where you could view it as in a way to understand where the other person is coming from, why and how did they come to the viewpoint. Depending on the context, an example being cuisine, you don't have to fully agree with what was said, nor do you have to convert the other person to change to your answer. You can agree or disagree certain points, but most importantly is to respect the other person's opinion too. Everyone likes to be heard and validated on their feelings experienced and on decisions that they have made in life. That's completely normal. No one likes to feel as if they're left behind or in the wrong, whether that's their place in life, having their opinions and thoughts completely invalidated, or even feeling like they're not part of something greater. This is something that can play on someone's mind and self-esteem. So when you can, in a positive or perhaps neutral setting, just listen to someone's point of view without interrupting or judging them. It's important to be kind and communicate well, being the change you want to see for yourself. This also gives insight on why people behave and act the way they do, as their experience, environment, learned behavior, and awareness has shaped their personality, and maybe they just haven't had the opportunity to experience otherwise. It's important to also be aware that you're not surrounded by a bunch of yes people, who you could unconsciously be seeking external validation from, or they are just trying to get into your good books for whatever reason. Therefore, it is crucial that you make an effort to find your group of people who want the best for you, and also prove it with their actions, bringing us back to the point of conflict when it could be something that you don't align with, or perhaps sometimes are blind to, whether that's financial decisions due to their experience, or you being blind to red flags in a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, amongst other situations. As long as it isn't harming anyone or out of malice, it's okay to disagree. Unfortunately, this doesn't apply to situations like school lessons, as there are a lot of different subtle and overt implications of doing that, but you get the idea. What are some settings and actionable steps? There are a few things to consider, such as the severity of conflict, the context of a relationship, be it family, friends, or strangers, and the setting you're in. It's important to understand the impact these interactions currently have on you and how it will change or remain the same depending on not only your actions, but the other person's too. For some of you, I understand you could be under your parents' roof, and with this comes the power that some will lord over you. If you're reasonably asked to do something like do the dishes or come have dinner in the middle of your current task, such as gaming or reading, an appropriate response is to listen and accept, or perhaps ask for 5 more minutes before you action it. It's completely understandable that you're in the middle of something, so you should finish up as soon as possible. This can be applied to other neutral contexts too. Going on to slightly heavier ones, such as people having toxic relationships in friends or partners. If your peace is constantly ruined and you have tried to resolve the situation in your own respectful way, but never felt like you are appreciated or understood, it may be time for you to distance yourself from them. It will be tough, especially when you think about the time you've spent and known them, or all the memories and experiences shared together. But if you conclude that they are not good for you, prolonging this experience hurts no one more than yourself. Know that if you could become attached, you can detach yourself too, because life is short and your sanity is important to maintain. Trust me, I know how it feels. Through any of these situations, conflict can be stressful and emotionally draining. Just know that when times are tough, and you're affected mentally or physically from the interaction you have had with yourself or others, be sure to take time for yourself. You need to know it comes down to you to save yourself and no one else. Expecting someone to save you will only leave you scared and possibly bitter, even though it would be nice to be helped. For those of you who have these people, you're lucky, and be sure to cherish them. But regardless, I want you to know that you can do it with or without someone's help, and that you're either okay or you are going to be okay. As always, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. To the next one, and take care of yourself. On a side note, please do feel free to follow or message me on my socials such as Instagram for any topics you want to listen more about. Once again, thank you for listening, and know that you can do this.